uh, at some point, I will make a major donation after all of the smoke and ashes of.
The eventually I will cause a significant gift after the entirety of the smoke and cinders to have settled here, and we sort out what the reconstructing will resemble. This will be a long and troublesome cycle. Oprah claims she would be at the cutting edge of assisting Maui occupants with revamping their impacted land, and she really did what she guaranteed by holding hands with a stone to shape a Maui store for individuals. Thus, we have made individuals' asset of Maui that will put cash straight for rewardly in the possession of individuals who need it at the present time. So, in the event that you send a gift, simply click where you see underneath and send a gift regardless of the motion. The general population has understood that while the asset was promising assets to individuals, Oprah and her chiefs are racking in enormous assets, and the sum they are offering individuals is little contrasted with what they are helping the leader of the non-benefit that deals with this asset is making north of $400,000 per year. You got the president making more than 300. You have the CFO making north of $290,000 per year. A Maui local has shouted out about how, in spite of losing all that they were being offered next to no funds and help, while the elites and the rich were profiting from the fiasco, public feels like the asset was made to serve the rich, rather than the impacted casualties who could try and wind up losing their territory. Let us dive into the subtleties of the Maui Reserve advantage and what it means for individuals of Maui. So already in August, just after the staggering fires in Maui, Oprah pulled up for the people in question and offered them help on the everyday supplies they required, promising to assist with what the meant for land would have been modified. The dangerous, fierce blazes had moved throughout the island, harming and obliterating large number of designs, prompting the passings of 115 individuals, with handfuls all the more still unaccounted for. As a report by CNN, sooner or later, I will make a significant gift after the entirety of the smoke and remains of settled here, and we sort out what the modifying will resemble. This will be a long and troublesome interaction. Her commitment wasn't acknowledged well by the public on the ground, that many felt like there was one more goal and rationale behind her contribution. Yet she truly stayed faithful to her promise when she and Dwayne "the Stone" Johnson as of late sent off an alleviation asset to assist with helping nearby inhabitants who were impacted by fierce blazes that desolated huge segments of Maui, Hawaii. Oddly, in spite of the great signal, watchers hit back at the two extremely rich VIPs and inquired as to why they couldn't give their very own greater amount, millions, as opposed to engaging individuals with less cash. Thus, we have made individuals' asset of Maui that will put cash straightforwardly in the possession of individuals who need it at the present time. So in the event that you send a gift, click where you see beneath and send a gift. The pair had presented a video on their large number of devotees on Instagram, in which Winfrey should have been visible, remaining close to Johnson as they presented individuals' asset of Maui, which they expressed expected to assist with fundraising for neighborhood occupants impacted by the misfortune in the video. Oprah asserted the pair had been roused by Cart Parton's generosity and accepted individuals had one or two serious misgivings about how to help Maui inhabitants, so they made an asset where individuals could give and the cash would go straightforwardly to individuals who required it. They even incorporated an extended subtitle close by the post that expressed that each grown-up occupant who was dislodged by the out-of-control fires in Lahaina and Kula would be qualified to get $1,200 each month to help them through this time of recuperation, and given a connection where those straightforwardly influenced could apply for the assets. Hawaii has been one of the most costly regions in the U.S., and keeping in mind that perusing the post, watchers began addressing assuming $1,200 would be enough for lodging in Maui, or on the other hand, assuming the assets were only implied for food and essential utilities while individuals remain setting up camp external. The inscription proceeded to peruse, "We are respected to begin this mission with $10 million and request your assist in giving to the individuals who, with having lost their homes, we thank you ahead of time for your commitment." We're so worried about the thing was occurring in. Were you concerned? You're a multi-tycoon remaining close to a multi-mogul asking us, the commoners, for gifts to help the survivors of the Maui fires. The transfer got in excess of 60 remarks, a significant number of which seemed went against to the possibility of well-off superstars interesting to customary working individuals to give extra subsidizes. The watchers inquired as to why the couple had not asked their affluent VIP seat companions to help chip in and why they, at the end of the day, who have large chunk of change had shown their help with so little regardless of the way that they are additionally inhabitants of the area. A similar video cut was reshared to Winfrey and Johnson's TikTok accounts and incorporated a gift button where TikTokers could make direct commitments. Winfrey's transfer got 834 perspectives and only 11,000 likes, strangely low for a video with this many perspectives contrasted. With north of 53 remarks, a significant number of what shared a comparable opinion to those on Instagram. The Stones transfer got 1.4 million perspectives and comparative analysis in the remarks segment. In the various clients additionally presented recordings responding on the clasp, focusing on the team ought to dig further into their own pockets or asking their kindred tycoon and VIP companions to vow as opposed to engaging ordinary individuals who might be battling monetarily. The public even went on a pursuit and found that Forbes detailed Winfrey had a total assets of $2.5 billion and possessed no less than 13 properties on the Hawaiian Islands, and the Stone, who is as of now the world's most generously compensated entertainer, was valued at $270 million. The $10 million gift in this setting addressed a pitiful 0.5% of their joint assessed abundance. The Stone had independently uncovered his $5 million commitment, demonstrating that Oprah matched it in spite of her total assets being multiple times more noteworthy. He promised to raise and give considerably more, yet even his $5 million added up to 1.8% of his Forbes evaluated total assets. As per the public's viewpoint, an American with a $150 total assets making a comparable gift would leave behind $2,700. Oprah then again gave roughly 0.2% of her assessed $2.5 billion abundance, much the same as an individual with a 150 total assets giving $300. Together their $10 million gift represented a simple 0.36% of their consolidated assessed total assets of $2.77 billion. While the to a great extent basic remarks underneath one of Johnson's Instagram posts talking on the pledge drive are as yet apparent remarks underneath Winfrey's TikTok and Instagram posts regarding the matter seem to have been turned off. The analysis forged ahead with X and TikTok soon after the declaration of the pledge drive on September 2nd. Winfrey posted a subsequent video with one more extended subtitle on Instagram, where she said thanks to the 10 individuals who have by and by gave and expressed. A great many individuals who had been impacted by the fierce blazes had pursued help. She added, we are filling in as fast as we can to confirm them and get the cash conveyed. These are the pay rates of the chiefs. Stop again. This is the non-benefit. Take a gander at the pay rates of the chiefs. While exploring the subject, an expert pledge drive uncovered Oprah and the Stones' Lahaina, Maui, Hawaii fires raising money trick where the pay rates of chiefs dealing with the asset make $400K each year. The lady professed to have worked in gathering pledges for quite a long time, so she truly went through the receipts and figured out that the Maui Reserve is inside media outlets' establishment in light of the way that the asset was a non-benefit. The leaders of the association are racking in huge pay rates while offering individuals of Maui $1,200. The leader of the non-benefit that deals with this asset is making more than $400,000 per year, and the chief makes more than $300,000 from the receipts she was showing. Every one of the chiefs, with the exception of individuals on board, are making more than $171,000 per year, with the CFO making north of $290,000 per year. These are the pay rates of individuals who are chiefs of the non-benefit that is dealing with this asset. You're advising us to finish up this administrative work so you can give us minimal measure of cash. All I've had since the very first moment is $70 from the uncover. The public understood that individuals who were acquiring from the asset much more than the genuine casualties were the chiefs. This has made the Maui locals question whether it was they or America that was profiting from the assets, since all they were doing was adhering to guidelines to sign papers and get the small assets without having sufficient information on the thing they were marking. 4 out of 5 of us lost our homes. It was caught fire. We are just being let stand. In Know This Line sign here, the thing are we marking who is it helping us or some Maui occupants themselves have been making some noise and expressing that while they were being assisted with reserves, travelers were being told not to visit Maui and taking into account the way that the inhabitants exclusively depend on the travel industry for their residing. This is a particularly tremendous catastrophe for them. A portion of the things that has now been occurring is real estate agents are calling for families who lost everything, offering them to purchase their property and their home for pennies on the dollar, only pennies on the dollar. So they have additionally spoken and expressed that while they are going through the overwhelming system of recovering financially, real estate agents have proactively begun hit them up to purchase their property for very little cash. It's like vultures have been standing by without complaining for their time prior to dipping in, since many individuals have disputed